Hey friends, welcome back to Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances. I'm your host, John Dillinger. Today I'm going to be giving you 5 fabulous fall fragrances that may be unfamiliar to you, or at least things that you hadn't thought about wearing in a while. If you would, go ahead and make sure you like the video, leave me a comment on what you like to wear in the fall, and subscribe and have the notifications turned on. That way you're notified every time we upload this sweet smelling fragrance related content. All right, so these are not in any order. This is not ranked. I'm just going to call them 5 through 1 for the purpose of me keeping straight how many I've got left. But first fragrance I want to tell you about is a vetiver fragrance, and this is Guerlain vetiver. And vetiver is something that I like to wear a lot starting in the springtime. It's you know, because it's got that green herbaceous quality to it, especially this one. A lot of times vetiver fragrances are soapy and clean, but Guerlain vetiver has a real dry tobacco and herbal quality to it that I think makes it fantastic for not only the spring but for the fall as well. This is based on, you know, a very old fragrance, but this is a 2000 formula. So it's very wearable, very classic. There's no animalic pea type nature that you get with a lot of the old fougere fragrances. This is clean, but also dry tobacco, spicy, herbal. So very good fragrance for the fall. That is the first one I want to tell you about. All right, number 2, I'm going to go with a modern version of another classic fragrance. This one's from the house of Ralph Lauren. This is Polo Cologne Intense. And so here you get that nice base of Polo Cologne, which is, you know, there's that basil, there's a mint accord, you've got grapefruit listed, but it's not prominent, clary sage, thyme, very herbally, again, very dry vetiver, patchouli, but this has got ambroxan, which gives it some sparkle, some lift, and it makes it just a little more mass appealing, a little more wearable. Again, this is one that I like in the early spring when it's still cold, or I like it in the fall. So Ralph Lauren Cologne Intense, Polo Cologne Intense. All right, the next fragrance I want to tell you about is one that is, you know, was very popular in FragCom 5 years ago, but doesn't get talked about much anymore. It's from the house of Versace. It's in their Pour Homme line, and this is Oud Noir. All right, so again, this fragrance, it's classified as a oriental woody fragrance, at least on Fragrantica. But what I get is like a sweet, fruity, woody, a little bit resinous, but it's mainly just a very fruity type of oud fragrance. You know, the oud here is very mild. It's not a stinky, it's not a barnyard animalic oud. This is one of the fragrances that I think this one is often compared to Tom Ford's Oud Wood, I believe, which is a very wearable oud fragrance. This to me is the most wearable oud fragrance. It is dry and woody, but there's that nice kind of sweet, fruity nature to it. I don't really know what it's coming from. The notes here is black pepper, bitter orange, neroli, saffron, cardamom, and olibanum, and then of course the oud, patchouli, and leatherwood. And so yeah, this fragrance to me has always come across a little sweet and fruity on the top end. I guess maybe it's a mixture of taking an orange and neroli and mixing it with a real woody oud patchouli that kind of gives it that vibe. This fragrance smells fantastic. and it is a great fall and winter fragrance. All right, next one I'm going to talk to you about is another one that from a house that is not well known among the masses. If you're big into FragCom, you know it. This house, you know that they offer very good quality at very low prices when you buy it from a discounter. And this is from the House of Lalique, and this is white and black. So this fragrance is basically a very inexpensive version of Parfum de Marly Layton. In fact, I've got Layton back here somewhere. Take my mic off so I don't. And I can kind of compare them. And I may come and do a full-on comparison video between these two fragrances. But yeah, some folks say this is not a Layton clone. It is absolutely a Layton clone. And so what you're getting is you're getting Layton, you know, at probably 90% Layton. And you're getting it for, you know, you can pick this up for $35 maybe. And, you know, this is $150, $200 depending on the size bottle you get. And that's at discounted prices. So if you don't know Layton, it's an aromatic, spicy fragrance. I would call it an oriental. Notes are, as far as what's listed for white and black, top notes, olibanum, which is a resin, Sicilian bergamot, grapefruit, cardamom, lavender extract, elemi resin, pink pepper, vanilla and Ambroxan white cedar, Tolu balsam, and patchouli. But it's a sweet vanilla woody fragrance, so with a lot of spices. So it's a spicy oriental is basically what it is. Very great fragrance. The sweetness will make it pop in the cold weather. All those nice citruses and the vanilla, the woods, all that stuff makes for just kind of a warm, cozy feeling with that little bit of brightness. And so the last one I want to tell you about is one that I think is very similar, but smells maybe better, and that's from the House of Boss. They're one of the most popular lines ever bottled, and it is Elixir. So this is the newest in the Boss bottled line, and this one is very similar to Layton in black and white in the sense that it is a spicy oriental. Lots of resins, lots of vanilla and things of that nature. You got frankincense here, you've got patchouli, but cedar, but the cardamom is what makes this one so fantastic. Lots of lavender as well. If you haven't smelled this one, this is, of all the elixirs out there, Sauvage Elixir, Le Male Elixir, you know, everything's got an elixir. I think this one is the one that may be actually even better than Sauvage Elixir. Sauvage Elixir has always been one of my favorite fragrances, but this, and I think it's more versatile than this one, but for the winter and for the fall and the cool weather, man, this is one of the best fragrances I've ever smelled. So there you go, 5 fantastic fall fragrances that may be unfamiliar to you that you can wear coming up. All right, like, share, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this list, and maybe list me some other fragrances, and I may come back and do a second video to this, and who knows, I may talk about one of your fragrances there. So do all those things till we see you down the road. I say God bless. Frag on, Frag fam.